Hi, everybody. This is Michael from Halloween, and you are watching CMS TV.
And what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of CHRIS Akin Presents. It is me, Chris Akin, and of course, the man himself, Stephen Piercy's awesome lead guitarist. That guy, Erik Ferentinos. Erik, what's up, brother?
Great to see you, Chris. How are you, my friend?
I'm awesome. Now, what's going on behind you here?
You don't remember this? You don't know what movie this was from?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm not even going to tell you. We're going to have to see if any of our fans could guess
it.
Because this was one of my favorite movies.
I don't know. I'm sure you'll
up.
tell me. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I saw that 35 years ago or something. But
I'm going to get up because I was looking at it. It looks like you and me if we were friends as kids.
Look at this. Which one is me? The one in the pink dress? Or
Yes.
is that me?
Yeah, I'd be like, Chris Akin wouldn't be the badass macho man he is today had his dad not dressed him in a pink dress.
Right.
As a child.
Nice.
And the other lad there shares my original complexion.
Is that good or bad?
Well, yeah, I'm like Greek Italian.
Right.
So anyways, yeah.
Well, dude, you obviously played this weekend. How'd it go? I have not even spoken to you at all.
That was awesome. We did a show with the legendary Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses, man.
Now, how was that?
It was as epic as you thought it would be.
Nice.
We made a joke. There's a picture of all of us online, and I put Rats and Roses. We got a
Nice.
picture of like their band and our band at the airport.
Okay.
But Steven Adler, what's amazing about him is what an iconic guy, for one.
Sure.
I mean, when I was a kid, that was the pinnacle of success that a new band could have was GNR.
Okay.
And each one of those guys were superstars and household names. And, to have somebody like Steven Adler come up to you on the plane and just knuckle bump you,
Right.
like he does. He knows me and he likes me. And I was like, oh man, I'm not going to wash my hand for like a week. But as I said before, he's the only guy who can play those songs with the right swing.
Right.
We've talked about that before, and I was there to witness it again. He kicked ass. His band was kick ass. Apache Casino. Thank you, everyone that came out.
Now, let me ask you about Adler, man. Does he
Okay.
only play Appetite songs?
No,
Does he play, like, I don't know, Right Next Door to Hell or something? Like, Use Your
played,
Illusion stuff?
you can be mine.
Oh, well, that's one of his.
Yeah.
That's one of his, I think.
Well, I mean, is it?
Yeah, he played on that. Because that's before they kicked him
You
out.
Can Be Mine. That's not Matt Sorum.
No, I'm pretty sure that's actually Steven. Or is that Civil War? It might be Civil War.
No, I don't think he played on Use Your Illusion. Did he?
Yeah, he did. I know he played Civil War.
That's
know.
right. No, but it's not him playing on. I don't want to misspeak. Please, someone, if you know.
Played.
I think it's Matt Sorum. It's totally not.
Roses, you could be mine. It is Matt Sorum. There you go.
That's right. That's right. Their drumming style's very different. Like Matt Sorum's more straight forward. He doesn't have the same swing again that Steven Adler has. So it was interesting actually to hear that song get played because Steven Adler does play it like Steven Adler would play it.
Okay.
Which isn't such a driving way. He was more like, he
So
puts a little pizzazz. It was different. It was just different.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard the original so many times. So I don't know. I'd have to hear his version again. I could just tell. I was like, whoa, this is different. Okay. But at least they were playing it. And even, Axl's GNR does some of Slash's songs from the other band. Right, Slither.
Yeah, they do Slither, and honestly, and Slash and those guys do the Chinese Democracy music too.
Right. Exactly.
So,
They all seem to have a good attitude, which that was another thing. Like I noticed about Adler's band, like everybody involved had a really good vibe about them. Like even their
sure.
tour manager, Steve, was like a super down to earth, cool, friendly guy. Like
Right.
there were no bad vibes from those guys. And that's the best way to be.
Hell yeah. Especially when you guys got to, spend 6 hours together or whatever it is. It's cool that you don't run into a bunch of dicks.
That's right.
Nice. Well, that's cool. How was your band? Your band played well?
Yeah, I think we did okay.
I saw
we
good
got
stuff, but I always see good stuff. Am I the only one that reads band reviews and thinks, all right, these guys are already fucking fans?
Maybe I haven't seen too much from it. I mean, some people came up to me after the show. There was a couple gripes that they said the sound guy was a little funky, but they said the band sounded good.
And you've said that it's getting to be about time for you guys to take a sound guy with you.
Yeah, I keep politely suggesting that.
Right.
That we're doing enough shows. Maybe in July we can make it happen.
Yeah.
It's a logistical thing.
Do you guys got somebody that you would use? And you don't have to say who, but do you have somebody you would already use, or do you have to find somebody?
The solo band hasn't done that in a while,
Okay.
It's been a couple years, just as everybody with the shutdowns and everything, it's taken some time.
Right.
To get rolling again.
I hear you. Well, that's cool. Hey, bottom line, it's cool that you played that gig. So are you off now for a little bit? Are you rolling every week now, or what are you doing?
I am off. We're going to be near Sacramento at the end of the month, so I'll be talking that show up. That's the only other show this month. So,
all right. Oh, wow. So you're just going to be hanging out, huh?
Yeah, finally getting some R&R. And next month's busy. I think there's like at least 8 shows next month. So this is
well, that's the heart of touring season, though, isn't it? July, August, September. That's when you got to be out there.
Yes, you hope to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're home during those months, that usually means you suck.
So you didn't get to see the promo I did for tonight's show,
dude. I did the Seth show tonight, which was really interesting. I'll get there. I'll get to your promo in just a second, but I had to be respectable, Chris, for a minute. Not for a long minute, but for 30 minutes or so, I had to be respectable because we talked to a former congressman tonight, Congressman Jim Renacci.
Okay,
we talked to him about voting and stuff.
Okay, and how worthless it is.
Well, you got to play the game with him. We were just kind of chatting through. It was the most political I have been in ages, because I'm in there talking about, well, how do you think Mike Pence entering the race is going to affect Trump and DeSantis? I'm like coming at it like I know something instead of just being the dumbass hippie that I am.
Mike Pence is the other guy going along with the whole January 6th insurrection bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So I'm in there trying to ask these questions, and he's answering them, and I'm like, wow, I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's cool. Did you get to like speak your mind or say anything profound politically?
Nothing crazy. I did. The only really kind of crazy question I hit him with was, is there any way to fix all the horse shit with the commercials? With these guys lying nonstop in the commercial, with them doing the "don't vote for this guy, he kicks dogs and rapes women," those kind of commercials. And I also asked him too, I said, is there any way that we can stop this shit from starting 2.5 years before the election? Like center it to like the 3 months before or something. That's about the extent of my craziness that I was. Look, I was trying
smear
to play
campaigns.
Nice.
You're talking about smear campaigns.
Yeah, I was trying to play nice. I didn't want to go full on, hey, you and every one of the people you work with are pieces of shit. So I didn't want to go all the way in onto some guy that I've never met before for the first time I meet him.
That happened to us once. I don't remember where we were. We were coming through an airport, and there was some senator there. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, let's all get in a photo with the senator. And I'm like, I don't even know what party she's with.
Yeah.
Until after, and I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
not my party.
You find out they're the senator in charge of NAMBLA recruitment or something, and
Right.
say, geez, great, now here I am in a photo with him.
Right.
Fantastic. Speaking of that was the other topic on both this show and the CMS this week. So, did you hear about this guy? I don't even know why I keep telling this story. I ought to shut up and just let this one go without my name getting attached to it. But did you hear about this guy? It's national news that he got charged with 110 counts of child like pedophilia and child porn and raping kids as young as 10 years old and stuff. Did you hear about this story?
No.
Yeah, he's a guy that I've known for 25 years.
What, is he in the business or music
No.
business or something?
No, I grew up with his wife and his wife's brothers. I grew up with them. I don't know this guy. I don't know him as well, and I'm not trying to be that douchebag that comes on every documentary and says, well, he didn't seem, I don't want to be that guy. But I did know him. I did party with him. I've drank many a beer with him. And now he's sitting in jail waiting for whatever you get for 110 felony counts of child abuse.
So when you never noticed anything about him?
No, dude. And again, I hate to be like every person that knew the BTK killer. I hate to be that guy that says, he seemed like a nice guy, went to church, was a deacon, But really, that was, I hung out with this dude easily 15, 16 times. Never once was there even any kind of, dude, you see that chick on the TV or in that movie or hey, let's go to the strip club. Let's go look at chicks or wow, those Olsen twins look hot. What are they, 3? There was none of that going on. Nothing. He was always kind of like working class guy. Like
if I had to put, and I'm sure this goes for most people, the thing that triggers and upsets me the most is the abuse of children.
Oh yeah, me too, dude.
That's the number one, and that has been getting progressively more so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I warned this on. I know I'm going to be right eventually. I've made references on earlier shows that string of letters, the LGBTQ, and now they're adding, since I've even said it.
QIA+.
Eventually, it's going to have a P in there. It's going to have a P in there for pedophile. That's why I tell gay people to do not align yourselves with these groups.
Well,
because there's nothing wrong with being gay. Please be as gay as you like to be. But as soon as children are being sexualized, that's where humanity has to step in and put a stop to it. And honestly, like, I'm trying to, these psychopaths that do all this programming and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have to wonder, because they're always a step ahead of us. And on a corporate level, and this is something I wouldn't have thought of before 9/11.
Right.
Okay. But there's, stock market things that happen. If like you're a corporation that owns these other corporations, you could do something very damaging,
sure,
and bet against the stock market, especially in a time when we're in a recession and they know that there's not going to be a lot of money being spent anyway.
Right.
Like, you could actually play it to where you profit as the owner of these companies, like, because there's always parent companies involved. I was going to do something edgy tonight. I was going to take my Kohl's app and delete it and pull out my Kohl's card and snip it up. And
right.
But, I want to look at the bigger picture of what's going on here.
Sure.
Like, but of course, I'm not going to be shopping at Kohl's if they're carrying any kind of clothing or anything like that sexualizes children. There's no reason for that.
No,
there's no reason for kids to be talking about it in school.
Nope.
They just need to be kids and learn how to balance a checkbook and do their taxes. I don't know. Teach them how to do real world stuff. Yeah,
no, you're right, dude. And you're closer than you think with the people using this stuff for economics.
Right.
I won't tell you what he calls it because I'm not an N-word drop guy, but there's Anthony Cumia from Cumia Show.
I believe so, yeah.
From Opie and Anthony from back in the day. Opie and Anthony.
Oh yeah.
every time somebody gets in trouble at a major corporation for dropping the N-word, he immediately buys their stock.
Oh.
And he's made a fortune off of it. He's made a little fortune.
Yeah.
Like he bought like 10,000 shares of Papa John's the minute that Papa John said the N-word. And I remember when that was like a big story? When the stock dropped from like $38 to $1.50 or whatever. He bought a ton of that stock. Of course, it all went back up, because you're not going to close Papa John's over one word that one guy said. They forced that guy out. They brought in Shaq,
But it's a great reset in the sense that they get to go in and buy it at a loss.
Yeah.
And make the money on the way up too.
Yeah. And he does it every time anybody says, and I've thought about it. My only problem is I don't follow the news enough.
Right. I don't either. But I'll tell you this, everybody, if I would say 9 out of 10 people are absolutely disgusted by any kind of sexualization of children.
Yeah.
And these psychopaths know that, and they use that against us, because if you need a distraction,
oh yeah,
that's a great way to do it. What, kids are being hurt? All of a sudden everybody's attention goes over to it. I mean, from what I'm seeing, there's like mobs of people with pitchforks and torches outside of like Target and places like this now that have been exposed to be selling this kind of garbage, But in the meantime, there's like huge things going on with the Ukraine and money laundering and just insanity. They're basically going to crush the dollar and put us on some kind of CBDC, whatever freaking thing. I'm worried about it, but I think everybody's attention's focused in the wrong place. But
sure.
In the meantime, I guess, I mean, I don't want to shop somewhere where they're selling stuff like that, but I mean, that's probably exactly what they want. I hate that.
Yeah, well, it is. They want you to die. They want you to commit, quote unquote, economic terrorism by not shopping at Target.
That, and just to make us everything we hate. It's like one thing, I never want to hurt anybody, but if I had to, it would be somebody doing these things. But
sure,
you get so upset, and then you're thinking about how I want to kill somebody. And next thing you know, you're a killer. They've turned you into a killer.
Yeah.
So there's got to be another way, a more enlightened way to deal with these people. Obviously not shopping there, but see, they're still winning. I mean, I don't know what to do, but it's something that should be on the discussion table.
The best way to deal with it, in my eyes, vigilance. It's just vigilance. It's that. I don't go to. I've never shopped at Target. I don't think I've ever even been in a Target.
No, Target has sucked for a really long time.
No, I don't think. I mean, I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever been in a Target. So for me, saying, "Well, I'm not going to," what does that mean? It means nothing. It means nothing. It's just blowing hot air for no other reason than to blow hot air out of my face. But even stuff that you have done, like my passions up until the pandemic, really, or up until Kneel Down Guy was sports. And I'm not going to lie and say I don't watch it. I did say I wasn't going to watch it anymore. I still watch the NFL, some. Not like I used to. I don't watch baseball hardly at all. And I used to watch, there are definitely seasons of baseball where I watched every pitch of 180 to 162 games, for the Indians. I mean, that was my shit. I would watch every minute of it. Yeah, dude, for years, that was me and the ex-wife's routine. I'd get home from work, we'd scarf down some dinner, the baseball game started at 7:05. We'd watch the baseball game from 7:05 till 10:30, whenever it ended. Right. That was my routine for years. I've watched maybe 5 Padres games this year, and that's it. I don't watch it. I didn't watch a dribble of the basketball. I don't even know if it's still going on or not, but I used to watch basketball all the time. Used to love basketball. Once they turned it into social politics, I don't want nothing to do with it. And it's not even that I care about the social politics. I just don't want to be preached at. I want to watch a stupid basketball game.
Right.
And they've put this stuff into everything. And I think the biggest mistake you can make is actually whining about it. I think the more you whine about it, the more it emboldens the people that are against what is right generally, or what you think is right. I think it's better to just ignore it. Did you see the football game? Nah, didn't see it.
Right.
Eventually, it just stops being important. Yeah, right? I mean, if enough people are like, nah, didn't see it, then it's not a topic. It's not a topic. It's the same boycott. Instead of, it's like this whole Bud Light thing. Everybody's whining about, I'm not drinking Bud Light anymore. I'm not drinking Diet Semen or whatever they're calling it. You know what they're calling it now? Diet Semen. It's like saying it. It doesn't matter. If you're at a party 2 years from now, somebody hands you a Bud Light, you're going to drink it. It's just that simple. Have you ever been at a party where you turned down a beer because of the style?
Yes.
Have you? I'm not. Maybe it's just that I'm a lush. I
can't do those, like a lot of those like flavored IPA. Oh,
yeah.
I hate that shit.
I don't really like IPAs either. But if that's what's on the menu, I'm drinking it.
I'm drinking Susan's White Claws just to preemptively get them out of the fridge so she doesn't drink them.
I'm drinking Reward Electrolyte drink, which gives you, it's like Pedialyte. It gives you juice. It gives you energy. So
good.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't, dude, I'll be at a party and if somebody breaks out the $8 bottle of Paramount by the gallon, I'm drinking it. I don't care. I'm not gonna be like, wait a minute, Grey Goose or nothing for me, pal.
Well, I'm sure you're probably right. If I was at some party and that's all they
That's
had,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, if you're at a party and all they got is Bud Light, you're drinking it. You're not gonna be like, I gotta leave. You don't have anything that I drink. Have you ever left a party because they didn't have anything you drink?
No, only when there was nothing to drink, maybe.
Yeah, if there's nothing to
get out of here and go find something to drink.
Yeah, but if they had the beer that you're protesting, you're drinking the shit.
No, but again, it's like
I
feel like we're getting pushed in by the media and Hollywood into this thing again as a huge distraction.
Well, social breakdown takes the distraction away from class breakdown. They get us thinking about, what did you do?
Charlie Cat. I don't know. She did this today earlier as well, where she didn't quite jump all the way up and just decided to claw my nuts and hang from them.
Jesus Christ!
But anyway, everybody, Charlie Cat's like getting to be a celebrity. Although people think it's a guy because her name's Charlie, so they think it's a.
It's the kind of now, kind of wow, Charlie, right? Remember that commercial? Kind of wow, kind of now, Charlie. Do you remember that? It was like perfume or something.
Oh, the Charlie perfume. Yeah, that definitely feminized the name.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been gender bending stuff going on forever.
Right.
And again, with this whole distraction of what's a woman, what's not a woman. I mean, that is never to be up to debate. It's a chromosome issue. End of story. Mm-hmm. That's the only way to end the argument. It's chromosomes. You don't have the ones. You're not that. The other thing is, typically men, especially the ones that haven't actually had a surgery, they still got their wangs, if you will, which is good. 70%. They wear women's clothing to get a kink out of it. It's for sexual reasons they do it. It turns them on. So when you mix that and force it with the public, but that stuff's been going on forever. It's so weird. This is such a deeper thing than what we're getting at the surface level. Did you ever hear about how in Hollywood they make every actor wear a dress at some point for kind of a humiliation?
No, never heard that.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle was one of the first guys to start talking about that before you.
Now, who makes them do it? Management or the
it'll
theaters or who?
It'll be like the one of the assistants, the director come over. According to Dave Chappelle, they're like, "Hey man, yeah, it's great. Why don't you put this dress on and we'll do the bit, in drag tonight?" And he's like, "Hey, I don't want to wear that." No, man, it'll be funny. Come on, do it. Oh, and kind of in that fashion, I guess they.
Wow.
But sometimes it is funny. I'm not saying that it's never funny. I mean, I think people have been going in drag for as long for all of recorded history.
Oh yeah,
especially in theater. And I have seen plenty of movies where I've been entertained, where the actor was dressed as a female. So I don't want to come off like you guys know me. I'm certainly not a prude in any way, shape, or form. But some of these arguments are about, a guy in drag reading to kids in a classroom. Okay, well, now you're purposely trying to trigger me because I know this dude's, kind of into it, whatever, dressing this way. And now you're sticking him with kids. Adults should be able to watch a rated R movie where a guy's in drag. They should be able to go to a show where it's a drag show. No problems. But once you start like putting children into that mix, I mean, that's why we have a rating system. Yeah. This is a G rating. This is a R, you're basically forcing kids to watch an X movie.
Yeah, you are.
And trying to argue your point in some weird way. And honestly, they're trying to make it seem like everybody is down with this. And obviously 99% of people are not down with it, as any sane person, gay or not, shouldn't be or wouldn't be.
Right.
They do their best though to normalize these things, and it's a shame that they use good gay people to push their agendas. You know what I mean? Because again, it bears repeating that no problem, man, whatsoever with gays. I'm from California. It's like we're accustomed to this here. Right. I've worked with the gays. They're great people. I've even said on earlier episodes how I miss Southwest Airlines. I miss all the gays that apparently left when they started forcing vaccines because they remember Fauci from the 80s. They remember when he killed them pushing AZT and hiding other remedies that would have been safer and more effective if used sooner. This is the same guy. If you watch Dallas Buyers Club, the villain from that movie is Fauci. So I don't know why everyone forgot that and allowed him to murder all these people. I mean, have you heard about who's the actor that I sent you the thing? Jamie Foxx. Thank you. I had a little brain fart there. Does everybody know what's going on with Jamie Foxx?
We haven't talked about it.
Okay. Well, apparently, we know he had some type of stroke or medical emergency. Well, it's a little deeper than that. He's blind and paralyzed, and his career is over. It's over. And he is one of the most talented, hardest working actors, straight up actors. And I'm not going to call him a comedian. I mean, my first introduction to Jamie Foxx was on In Living Color. And he was hilarious on that. So good. But they made him wear a dress. Excuse me. He was in drag for a lot of that.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember, but he played that ugly woman character.
Oh yeah.
That was funny. He did the eyes thing. It seemed like he didn't have much depth to him, but man, later Jamie Foxx did some amazing movies, and he's done all kinds of stuff, serious stuff, action stuff, comedy cameos in movies.
Yeah. And I've loved serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tragedy, man. And for every Jamie Foxx, you got to imagine there's like 100,000 people you'll never hear about because they're not famous. You know what I mean? That were maimed or hurt or died. This is an atrocity, really.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I stood the line.
Yeah. Chris and I see everyone. If you're ever, when in doubt, tune into the CHRIS Akin Presents, because CHRIS Akin and I, we'll guide you. Let us guide you.
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe you'll guide. You're much healthier than me. I'm not much of a guide of anybody's health. I just didn't let them stick that stupid poison in my arm.
No, they wanted to so bad.
They definitely want. When I was in the hospital, every single time I saw the doctor, well, we'll just give you that little shot. It'll make sure this doesn't happen again. No.
They were doing that to me when I had my heart attack almost a year ago. Like, are you vaccinated? Would you like one right now? Well,
nope.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then they were giving me a COVID test and trying to shove that thing. I'm like, that's good. Come on, man.
Yeah, that so test bizarre. Sucks. Yeah, that test sucks. But anyway, I don't want to get into this whole devastation of livelihood and stuff because we've got positive things to talk about tonight.
That's right. It's summertime, man.
It is summertime.
It's summer. Hey, speaking of summer,
yes,
we the promo for the show.
Yes,
tonight.
let me
appearance by our old friends, the Sand Diggers.
The Sand Diggers.
That's right.
Where is it? Here we go. Wow. Let's unmute.
Well, Elux, it looks like the first day of summer is finally here. We had to get a nice tan for the CHRIS Akin Presents tonight. But damn, it's really haven't been out here very much. I think I might have to put on some sunscreen. Did you bring any sunscreen, Elux? Yeah. What kind of sunscreen did you bring? I really need it. I brought hot jizz. Did you say hot jizz? Yeah. Well, can you put some of the hot jizz on my face? Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Hodges,
huh?
It's Hodges. No, Hodges. See, that's the problem. Some
Dirty
things sound
minds.
funny when you say them fast,
Right?
and some things sound funny when you say them slow.
That
Right?
one is slow, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you say it fast, it's Hodges.
That's right.
It's Hodges. Sometimes you say it slow, it's Hodges.
Sounds more like my internet viewing after the show. Some Hodges on Pornhub. Not Pornhub. Pornhub.
Yeah, that came on me. I mean, that came to me earlier. I was taking my nap and I woke up like an hour before the show, and I looked and the sun was kind of out.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I could do the bit I've been trying to formulate, you know.
High-end production budget right there. Hey, it's as good as anything else, right?
That's right.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, dude. Why don't we do this? Let's take a very quick break. We're just going to play a bit or two here, or a commercial or two. And we are going to come back and talk some music writing. Because
Okay.
our guest, Giancarlo Floridia, my new best friend ever, is waiting in the wings to come on and talk songwriting and talk about working with George Lynch and maybe something that he's building with the Mighty Lynch and working with the Lynch Mob, working with Michael Sweet. He's like behind the scenes writer guy.
Awesome.
He's so maybe you could pick his brain a little bit. Maybe you can work your way in there. You know some of the same people, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys know all the same people. And he's like you. He's a songwriter. He's a guitar player. He sings sometimes.
Go ahead and say it, Chris. Say the other thing you want to say about it.
Nothing. What?
What do you
What
mean?
do I wanna say?
I know what you want to say.
What do I want to say?
We both don't have a lot of hair.
Well, there is that, but you know, both have a mohawk. You both have a mohawk.
You guys got a lot in common, man. What
Yeah,
you talk?
You guys could
All
switch
right,
bands.
I know what you're saying.
You could switch bands. All right, let's do this. We'll play a spot for something real quick, and we will come back with Giancarlo Floridia, and we will talk all about the back end of being a creative genius right here on Chris Akin Presents.
Stop whatever you're doing and let AppyPie develop your mobile app in about 5 minutes. If you can visit mobileapp.cmspn.com to get started, you will get a mobile app for iOS or Android for your product or service built without any coding knowledge. The problem is that in order to get more traffic, you have to pay more money and spend far more time creating your mobile app. But don't worry. There is a better way. Let AppyPie build your app for you today. Visit mobileapp.cmspn.com now to get started.